Hey, let's go.
Number 10. Crocodile Physiologist.
This is exactly what it sounds like. Researchers who study crocodile biology up close, meaning physically close, often working directly with live crocodiles to measure heart rate, body temperature, and muscle function during research on how these animals survive and hunt. Crocodiles are ambush predators with one of the strongest bite forces on the planet, and they don't distinguish between prey and a careless researcher. Restraining and working with an animal that can weigh several hundred pounds and move in sudden, explosive bursts requires a level of physical precision where a single miscalculated moment can be catastrophic. Despite the danger, this research directly informs conservation efforts and helps scientists understand how these ancient predators have survived largely unchanged for millions of years. Number 9. Safari Guide. According to a 2026 industry breakdown of extreme professions, Safari Guide was ranked as the highest-paying extreme job on average, and the explains why. Guides spend their working hours in close proximity to lions, elephants, and other animals fully capable of killing a human, often while driving over rough, unpredictable terrain far from the nearest hospital. Part of the job is reading animal behavior well enough to know exactly how close is too close, a skill built entirely through experience because there's very little room for error. Medical evacuation in remote safari regions can take hours, which means guides are frequently the only line of defense between tourists and a genuinely dangerous situation. Number 8. Commercial Fisherman. According to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data, fishing and related fishing occupations consistently rank as one of the most dangerous jobs in the entire country. The leading cause of death in the industry is drowning, often the result of vessels capsizing in rough open water, far from immediate rescue. Fishermen work long hours in extreme weather, hauling heavy equipment on wet, unstable decks, sometimes hundreds of miles from shore. The job's popularity as reality TV subject matter, most famously through shows following crab fishing crews in the Bering Sea, comes directly from how genuinely life-threatening the work is, not exaggerated for the camera. Number 7. Erodes Ice Road Trucker. Truck driving is already one of the more dangerous jobs in the world because of road accident risk alone. Now add driving fully loaded trucks across frozen lakes and rivers in the Arctic, where the road itself is literally a sheet of ice that can crack under the vehicle's weight. Drivers deal with sub-zero temperatures, whiteout conditions, extreme isolation, and the real possibility of breaking through the ice entirely. Routes are only usable for a few weeks each year when the ice is thick enough to bear the weight, and drivers rely on constant ice thickness readings just to know whether the path ahead is still safe to cross. Number 6. Explosive Ordnance Disposal Technician. EOD technicians are trained to locate, identify, and safely disarm unexploded bombs, landmines, and other ordnance left over from past conflicts decades earlier. Every device is treated as unique and potentially rigged to detonate from the slightest disturbance, which means the job requires an extraordinary level of technical precision under direct physical danger. Protective suits offer some defense, but at close range from a live explosive, that protection has real limits. EOD units are frequently called in not just during active conflict zones, but for old ordnance discovered decades later during construction projects, still just as lethal as the day it was buried. Number 5. Commercial Diver and Underwater Welder. Working underwater, sometimes hundreds of feet below the surface, welders and divers face a combination of risks most jobs never come close to. Drowning, hypothermia, and decompression sickness, commonly known as the bends, caused by surfacing too quickly after time spent under pressure. Divers often work in near-zero visibility, repairing pipelines, ship hulls, and offshore oil rig structures using live welding equipment underwater. A single equipment malfunction at depth can escalate into a life-threatening emergency in seconds, with no ability to simply walk away from the job site. Number 4. Structural Iron and Steel Worker. According to BLS data, Structural iron and steel workers face a fatality rate of roughly 25 fatalities per 100,000 workers, making it one of the deadliest professions tracked in the United States. These are the workers who assemble the steel skeletons of skyscrapers and bridges, walking on narrow beams hundreds of feet below the ground, often without a completed floor beneath them. The majority of deaths in this profession come from falls, though being struck by swinging steel beams or falling equipment is a constant secondary risk. Every skyscraper skyline in the world exists because someone walked out on an unfinished steel beam at extreme height to put it there. Number 3. Volcanologist. Volcanologists study active volcanoes to understand eruption patterns and help protect nearby populations, which sometimes means getting close enough to collect samples or readings directly from the crater. French volcanologists Katja and Maurice Kraft spent their careers documenting eruptions around the world, producing some of the most valuable volcanic footage in scientific history. In 1991, they were killed by a pyroclastic flow while observing Mount Unzen in Japan, a stark reminder that even experienced professionals can be caught by an eruption's unpredictability. Their research and the research of volcanologists who continue this work today has directly improved eruption warning systems that now save lives. Number 2. Sulfur miner of Ijen volcano. Deep inside the crater of the Ijen volcano in Indonesia, miners descend into an environment filled with toxic sulfur dioxide gas to manually break apart and carry raw sulfur out by hand. Many workers have no more protection than a simple cloth wrapped around their face, despite the gas being capable of causing severe respiratory damage with prolonged exposure. Miners carry loads of sulfur weighing up to 90 kilograms up steep rocky terrain, sometimes making the trip multiple times a day for wages that amount to just a few dollars. It's considered one of the most physically brutal jobs still performed by hand anywhere in the world today. Number 1. Venom Milker. To produce antivenom, someone first has to extract venom directly from a living venomous snake by hand. Venom milkers hold the snake's head, press its fangs against a collection membrane, and manually massage the venom glands to extract the venom, all while keeping their fingers mere millimeters from fangs capable of delivering a fatal bite. This isn't a rare specialty task, it's essential, ongoing work, since antivenom production requires a constant fresh supply of venom from multiple snake species. A single moment of miscalculated grip or an unexpectedly aggressive snake is the only thing separating a routine extraction from a medical emergency. That's all 10. Every job on this list is real, currently performed, and exactly as described. If any of these surprised you, drop a like, subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments which one you'd never do for any amount of money.